Samsung is working on its next software update called One UI 8.0, which is based on Android 16. But unlike big changes we saw in One UI 7, this update seems to be smaller. It feels more like a One UI 7.1 update instead of a full upgrade to One UI 8.0. We've seen early versions of this software, especially on phones like the Galaxy Z Flip 6, and it's clear that this update is more about small improvements than big new features. Let's start by talking about the design. When One UI 7 came out, it brought a new look to Samsung phones. But with One UI 8.0, Samsung isn't changing much in terms of appearance. From what we've seen so far, the design looks almost the same as One UI 7. There are some minor updates, like round buttons and pop-up menus in apps like Gallery, but overall, it looks very familiar. Samsung seems to be focusing on making small tweaks and polish, rather than giving the whole system a new design. And honestly, that might be a good thing for people who like the current look. When it comes to new features, there aren't many. Android 16 itself doesn't add a lot of exciting stuff, it mostly brings improvements behind the scenes. Samsung is following the same path. They're not adding tons of new things, but are making the system smoother and more stable. However, there are a few noteworthy additions. One big feature is called Now Brief, which uses Galaxy AI. It was first introduced with the Galaxy S25 and works like a smart assistant. It gives you tips and reminders based on your habits and daily routine. With One UI 8.0, Samsung plans to bring this AI feature to more phones. Another feature being added to more devices is log video recording. This was only available on the Galaxy S24 series before, but now phones like the Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6 will also get it with this update. Besides that, there's not much else confirmed yet. Some Android 16 features like lock screen widgets are already in One UI 7 in some form. It's unclear if Samsung will treat them as new features in One UI 8 or just make small improvements. There are also some small updates in progress. For example, Samsung's Quick Share is getting better. Now it will show clear send and receive sections so users don't get confused. The Quick panel, where you control Wi-Fi, brightness, etc., may also get a small visual upgrade with shading on toggle buttons, making them easier to see. Now let's talk about compatibility. Samsung is sticking to its promise of giving 3 major Android updates to most new phones, so if you have a Galaxy device from 2023 or later, there's a good chance you'll get One UI 8.0. All flagship phones released since 2022 should be eligible too. As for the release date, One UI 8.0 might come earlier than usual. Google is trying to release Android 16 faster this year, and Samsung might even skip the beta testing phase, which could speed things up even more. One UI 8.0 will first appear on Samsung's new foldable phones, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7. These phones are expected to be announced at Samsung's big Unpacked event this summer. After that, the update will roll out to older flagship phones and then to mid-range and budget models. So, what should you expect when One UI 8.0 comes to your phone? It won't be a huge change, but it will bring some useful upgrades. Highlights include Now Brief AI coming to more devices, log video recording on newer foldables, better sharing and Quick Share, some visual improvements in menus, and the Quick panel. There are also rumors about better multitasking, improved Samsung DeX, stronger Galaxy AI features, and maybe even third-party lock screen widgets. But none of these are confirmed just yet. One thing is clear, Samsung doesn't have a lot of time left. With the Fold 7 and Flip 7 launching soon, there's not much room for big last-minute changes. What we're seeing now is probably very close to the final version of One UI 8. If you're planning to buy a new Galaxy phone or already have a recent one, One UI 8 is something to look forward to, even if it's not a major upgrade.